Hello again, everyone. Today I want to make a card using this little submarine from Gummiapan. When I first saw it, I just thought it was the cutest thing. Made me think yellow submarine straight away. It just shows my age, doesn't it really? Anyway, the vision that I had in my head was of looking kind of through a porthole, a bit like this one on the actual, I don't know if you can see that, on the actual die and die cut itself. So we're looking through and we're going to be able to see the submarine through the porthole. And I cut two circles. I'll show you the box. These two circles are stitched. Well, they actually stitched and dotted. I nearly spoonerised there. I've got them in this case here. These are Prescut dies. And I used one of those here to make, I'm going to make an aperture in the front of my card. And here are the stitched and dotted squares. And, oh, wait for it. Here are the stitched and dotted circles. So I took two, one space between, to make the porthole outer. And the very tiniest die from in here I used to make these kind of rivety things. I don't know what you call them really. I've put this here. And when I was cutting out one of those just to save time for you, I dropped one on the floor. So I used my very useful gadget. I bought this, somebody recommended to me, a long-handled magnet, which is what this is. And this one's got a light as well for searching. So down I went looking for my die and thought I'd seen it, bent down and it was just the die cut. And I thought, oh no, I'm going to be looking forever more. But you know, this was on the end like that. That's why I couldn't see it. Oh dear. I had actually picked it up with my magnet, but it was hiding in plain sight. But I was very pleased to find it. So I thought you'd be amused by that. Anyway, what I want to do now, I've got my card base at the bottom. I've got my card panel on top of that. But I would like to raise this panel and have an aperture there. So this is why I picked that other one, the other simple die circle, because it's going to be large enough for that aperture to show. And it's also going to be small enough so that the edge of this will have something to stick to. So I'm going to do that next. So let me just put my die bits and pieces up there. And I'm going to cut out the circle from the centre of this card. Positioning is, you know, kind of important here, but not as important as if it was the one that's going to show, because this is going to go over the top of it and I can kind of, I've got a tiny bit of jiggle room there, so I'm not too worried about this. Well, we'll try and get it as central as I can. Often when I put them like this, they look fine, and whether they move in the machine or I didn't think they were quite in the right place, but sometimes they're a little bit out, but we'll see. Okay. Now, because I'm having this aperture, I would like to have behind the submarine a sort of a little bit of a sea sort of effect. So I'm going to put some colour, just gentle colour, with a stencil onto the front of the card, on the actual front, because I don't think it's going to go through. I've got another Gummiapan product here. Look, even I can understand that. U-boat, it looks like, doesn't it? Underboat, undersea boat. So there you go. Right, I've got this one, and I thought that, if you look like this, it kind of look a bit like currents, you know, going through the sea. That's what I thought anyway. So what I'm going to do is just to tape this onto here, and I'm just going to do, I don't want to go larger than the outside of there obviously, but I'm just going to add a little bit of colour with a blending brush and some Distress Oxide. So what colour shall I use for the sea? got a choice. We could have a couple of colours, I suppose, really, couldn't we? What shall we choose? Let's have salvaged patina and tumbled glass. There's tumbled glass. And where's salvaged patina? There it is. Okay. These on my chart here are in colour families, but in my stacks, in my storage, they're in alphabetical order, so I kind of know where to go. Right, now we need blending brush. I have ordered some more, but somebody said to me it would be a good idea to label them. Well, I kind of know it would, but when I had my sponge daubers, I did have them all labelled, but I don't have enough for one for every colour, because how many colours are there on there? I don't know, 70 odd. So it's kind of tricky to do that. I think this is the colour I had on before, but we'll just have a go. Okay. Just a bit of gentle colour. Okay. Let's try the salvaged patina or patina, however you care to say it. I think this one was okay. Yes, when I get enough, I'll make some labels, and all should be well. Let's just have a look and see what this looks like. Just a bit of a hint up there. Let's have a little bit of a hint of the other one down here. Let's have another look. I think that'll do. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? A bit subtle, says she. Right, let's just pop the lids back on these. Put the brushes away. See if we can make a bit of space. Way up there. Okay. Now, what I was thinking was I would have this white, but have the rivets kind of silvery. So I quite like that background, don't you? Right, let's put that on one side for a minute. And I've cut out 3 submarines. There's this piece, and I'm not absolutely sure what it is really, where it goes. I think it must kind of do that sort of thing. I think. Not sure. But we'll see. So I fancied, as I said, a yellow submarine. What I'm going to do is just start off by sticking 2 together, so it's got a bit more substance, and then I'm going to cut this one into sections and add little pieces to add that extra dimension in places so that it looks, you know, a bit more lively really. So let me just stick these 2 together to start with. Can you see? I tend to forget a lot of things. Going to a funeral at lunchtime today. Very dear lady. Long time ago, I used to conduct a choir, community choir, and this lady was in the choir, but she was also the librarian. She was a librarian by profession, and she was the librarian for the choir and always getting new music for concerts and all this kind of stuff. Absolutely lovely lady. And so she's died, and we're going to go and just represent the choir at the funeral. So, but she had a wonderful life, so it's a celebration. That's what I always think. Celebrate. Right, now I'm going to do, these things are just attached by tiny little areas so that they can easily be snipped apart to do just this. In fact, I could have popped out all the little individual bits there, but I'm not going to bother. And I am leaving it to colour until after I've done all my piecing. So there, that's going to stick up a little bit more, just to give that a bit more. That's back, this is forward. Do you see what I mean? So let's cut out a bit more. Let's cut this. It looks to me like this poor old submarine's been patched. So just snip and snip. There we go. Stick this one on. Here we are. I don't know about this thing actually. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but we will see. Right, we've got a few more patches to put on. There we go. Put it on the wrong side. Yep, I did. Never mind. Won't worry about it. Should put my glasses on, shouldn't I? There we go. Probably somebody was telling me I'd got it on the wrong side. There we go. Come on. It's stuck to my finger because I got glue on both sides. Okay. Right, 2 more pieces. Put this patch on first and then I'll be able to get at the round one. There we go. Got this one the right way up this time. There we go. Hopefully my thought by putting them on before colouring is that there'll be kind of differences of colour where I go over from one to the other. I overlap a little bit, so we'll just see if it works or not. Who knows? Right. If I don't like it, I can always cut another one. Put some more patches on the top of that. It's never too late. Never say never. Right, let's get some yellows. Let's have some yellows. I plan on doing it with alcohol markers. It's a bunch of yellows. Let's bring my map across a little bit. Okay, let me put this one on as a base all over. Ooh, 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 that looks a little bit bright. Oh, it's all right. It's all right for a base. I'm hoping it's going to look a little bit kind of random and a little bit... Right, that's all over as a base. I may do the propellers in silver. Who knows? Right. Let me put the darker one on first of all. Let's try another one. A bit of that darker one here. I just want it to look a bit sort of distressed, do you know what I mean? There we go. What's this one? There we go. That's quite good fun. I think I will just get a little bit of Luscious to do the grey, silvery bits. Let me find my Luscious powders. Here they are. Right, what shall we have? That's the Blackbird. And what's this one? This one's silver, I think, is it? That's silver. Let's have a combo of these two. Let's just have a little bit of fun with these. Let's get all my rivets. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6, 5, 6. I thought they might be reasonably easy to space out. Oh God, what was that? Something fallen over. Oh, it's the waste paper bin. Right, let's have a brush. We'll have a drop of water. Just put it in my little dish. Okay. And I'll mix my powders on here. There we go. I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do, but it's what I do, and it kind of works for me. Let's paint this bit. Luscious powder needs something to attach it to card. If you put it on just dry onto dry card, it will just brush off. But if you add it to Versamark or glue or water or whatever, then there's, you know, it'll stick. Right, let's have some rivets. Rivet. Drop more water. There we go. That was so funny with that magnet though this morning. I thought, oh no, I've lost the die. It was on the magnet all the time. Just the same size. Right. There we go. That's the wrong side, I think. Yep, it is. Not that it makes that much difference in something as tiny as this, but I'll know. Once it starts to be painted, you could see that the edge was the wrong side. Right. Now, I'm going to have to stop before I've assembled the whole card, I think, today, because of my other commitments. But this evening, we are going to see The Sound of Music in Chichester. It would be lovely. So, do we need to have anything else? Let's have this bit of silver, I think. The fact it's got a bit of colour underneath is fine. Shall we have this bit silver? I could have painted it before I put it on, but I didn't know what I wanted to do then, so. Do they all look nice? Perhaps I'll put them all, do them all. Here we go. That's quite sweet, isn't it? It's a cute little thing. But the fact they're sticking up above means I can paint them fairly happily without going onto the submarine itself. There we go. It's cute. Do I need some of this top? Yes, I think I do. There we go. There we go. Do I want that top? Yeah. Okay. There, what do you think of that? I think that's pretty cool. Now, I will just put the top on these before they go for 6. Right. And I'm just going to place this. I won't have to wait until it's all properly dry before I put it on. And then these will go it's quiet, isn't it? I'm trying to concentrate. It's like walking and chewing gum. There we go. There we go. It's a bit of fun. Mustn't get too close to here. Oh, I haven't put this bit on. Do I want to put this bit on? Perhaps I do. It's cool, isn't it? I'll stick that on presently. So, if you look on Instagram, eventually, my Facebook page, the community tab of my YouTube channel, the finished cards should be there. So thank you so much, all of those of you who subscribe to my channel, all of those who give me a like for my videos. Apparently it does make a difference to who gets to see my videos. And thank you also for all those people who have very generously bought me coffee. It is very, very much appreciated. So thank you so much, and thank you for watching.